Imagine for a moment that you are standing in front of a mirror, not just seeing your reflection, but truly seeing yourself. The person staring back isn't someone you're trying to impress or someone you want to please. It's the real you, raw, honest, unfiltered. Take a deep breath and acknowledge that this person is your most valuable asset. Before you ever think about attracting someone into your life, you must first understand the incredible power of being your own partner, your own companion, and your own source of joy and freedom. Because here's the truth that most people overlook. The right partner does not come into your life to complete you. They come into your life to complement you. And the way to attract that person is not by changing who you are, but by becoming more of who you truly are. Psychology teaches us that human connection is fundamentally rooted in energy, emotion, and authenticity. People are not drawn to perfection. They are drawn to presence. They are not drawn to a list of accomplishments or a resume of social proof. They are drawn to someone who knows themselves, someone who radiates inner stability, confidence, and emotional availability. And the cornerstone of this is self-awareness. Self-awareness begins with asking yourself the hard questions. Who am I beyond my relationships, my social status, and my external achievements? What are my non-negotiables? What values do I refuse to compromise on? Understanding these things is not selfish. It is essential, because the moment you compromise your core for someone else, you attract someone who aligns not with your soul, but with your insecurities, and that is never the right partner. Now, many people think that attracting the right partner is about doing more, dressing better, being funnier, being more outgoing. But the truth is, the right partner is not attracted to what you do. They are attracted to how you feel about yourself. There is a magnetic energy that comes from self-acceptance, from the deep-rooted knowledge that you are worthy of love exactly as you are. This is not arrogance, it is clarity. This is not selfishness, it is self-respect. And here's where most people get stuck. They seek freedom in the relationship itself. They hope that the right partner will make them feel free, that love will liberate them from loneliness, from fear, from self-doubt. But true freedom never comes from someone else. It comes from the courage to set boundaries, to say no without guilt, to prioritize your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. When you operate from a place of freedom, you no longer attract relationships of neediness or desperation. Instead, you attract relationships of abundance where love is a choice, not a lifeline. Another essential factor in attracting the right partner is emotional intelligence. This is more than just understanding your own feelings. It is the ability to navigate the emotions of others without losing your center. Emotional intelligence allows you to communicate effectively, to handle conflict without fear, and to create intimacy that is deep, safe, and sustaining. Many people confuse attraction with drama, excitement, or intensity, but lasting connection is built on emotional maturity. Self-love is a term that has become almost cliché, yet its practice is revolutionary. Self-love is not indulgence, it is discipline. It is honoring your time, protecting your energy, and nurturing yourself in ways that fill you up rather than drain you. When you are grounded in self-love, you no longer tolerate toxicity or compromise your values for temporary pleasure. And when this happens, the universe responds. You start to naturally meet people whose energy matches yours, whose intentions are aligned with your vision for life, and whose presence enhances rather than diminishes your sense of self. Now, I want you to understand that attracting the right partner is not about a checklist of traits. It's about vibrational alignment. In psychology, we know that humans operate on subconscious signals far more than conscious criteria. We communicate through energy, body language, and emotional resonance long before words are exchanged. If you are anxious, desperate, or fearful, you broadcast that energy without even realizing it. But if you are centered, joyful, and free, You radiate a frequency that draws those who are capable of matching it. Let's talk about the practical steps. First, clarity. Write down your non-negotiables, your values, and the qualities that truly matter to you. This is not a superficial list. It should reflect who you are at your core. Next, work on yourself relentlessly, not to impress anyone, but to become the best version of yourself for your own life. Cultivate habits that increase your vitality, your confidence, and your joy. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, not drain you. Practice boundaries and say no to what doesn't serve you. Another crucial aspect is patience. Many people settle because they fear being alone, because they believe love has a timeline, or because society pressures them to be with someone, but the right partner will not arrive in a rush. They will arrive when your inner world is ready to welcome them, not when your fear dictates it. Patience is not passive. It is an active cultivation of self-worth and presence. And here is where freedom truly intersects with love. When you operate from a place of freedom, the right partner becomes a choice, not a need. You choose them because they enhance your life, not because they fill a void. You choose them because they resonate with your soul, not because they meet a temporary desire. And in this state, love is effortless, expansive, and sustainable. Finally, let us address one of the most misunderstood aspects of attracting the right partner: authenticity. In a world obsessed with performance, it is easy to wear masks, social masks, relational masks, even spiritual masks. But the right partner does not fall in love with your mask. They fall in love with your real self, the one who is vulnerable, imperfect, and beautifully human. Vulnerability is magnetic because it signals trust, courage, and depth. Do not hide your scars, your dreams, or your quirks. They are the very things that will attract someone who is meant for you. So, what does this all mean in practice? It means investing in yourself first. It means becoming so rooted in your identity, so fluent in your emotional language, and so committed to your freedom that no one else can shake your foundation. It means approaching relationships not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of abundance. It means understanding that love is not about completion, but about expansion. When you align your life with these principles, you will notice a profound shift. You will stop attracting partners who trigger old wounds. You will stop tolerating behaviors that undermine your peace. And you will start to attract connections that mirror your values, honor your boundaries, and celebrate your freedom. In short, you will attract the right partner, not because you chased them, not because you changed for them, but because you became someone who naturally resonates with the love you deserve. Remember, this journey is not about perfection. It is about evolution. It is not about control. It is about surrender to your own authenticity. And it is not about waiting. It is about living fully in the present so that when the right person enters, you are ready to receive them as the whole, free, and radiant being that you are. Let's dive deeper into the concept of emotional alignment. Often we meet people who seem perfect on paper, successful, charming, well-spoken, but when we spend time with them, something feels off. That dissonance is your subconscious signaling that their energy does not match yours. Psychology calls this implicit relational knowing. Your mind and body recognize compatibility before your conscious mind does. This is why people can feel uneasy around someone, even if everything looks right. The right partner is not just someone you like, it's someone whose energy complements and elevates your own. One of the most powerful tools to attract this alignment is self-reflection. Spend time observing your reactions, patterns, and triggers in relationships. Ask yourself, why do I get attached too quickly? Why do I tolerate behaviors that make me uncomfortable? What fears am I unconsciously trying to heal through others? These questions are not meant to induce guilt, they are meant to illuminate. The answers give you a map of your emotional landscape, allowing you to navigate relationships consciously rather than reactively. And while self-reflection is critical, self-expression is equally essential. Many people hide their true thoughts, emotions, and desires out of fear of judgment or rejection. But emotional suppression builds walls that block connection. The right partner is drawn to transparency, honesty, and vulnerability. You don't need to be perfect or polished. You need to be real. Practicing open communication, even in small ways, sends a clear signal to the universe. I am available, I am authentic, I am free. Let's also explore the concept of energetic hygiene. Just as we clean our physical spaces, our emotional and mental environments need regular maintenance. This means letting go of grudges, resolving past pain, and freeing yourself from toxic patterns. Carrying old emotional baggage not only clouds your judgment, but also emits a signal that attracts the same unresolved energy into your life. By cultivating clarity and emotional cleanliness, you create space for someone who is aligned with your highest self. Now, freedom within relationships is not just about boundaries, it is also about choice. When you approach love from a place of freedom, every interaction becomes a conscious decision rather than a reaction. You choose how much time, energy, and vulnerability to invest. You choose to give love without expecting it to fill a void. You choose your partner not because you need them to feel complete, but because they resonate with the life you are building. This conscious approach is what separates fleeting attraction from enduring connection. Another often overlooked factor is psychological resilience. Life is unpredictable, and no relationship is immune to challenges. Those who are emotionally resilient do not crumble when faced with disagreements, disappointments, or external stressors. Instead, they use these moments to deepen understanding, practice empathy, and reinforce trust. Resilience is magnetic because it signals stability, security, and maturity, qualities the right partner unconsciously seeks. Equally important is cultivating a rich inner life. The person you are inside, even when alone, sets the tone for the relationships you attract. Engage in passions, creative outlets, spiritual practices, or intellectual pursuits. Develop curiosity, wonder, and joy independent of anyone else. The right partner will not enter your life to complete this richness. They will enter to expand it. A life fully lived alone becomes fertile ground for deep, meaningful connection. We cannot ignore the subtle role of self-worth in this dynamic. Many people underestimate how deeply self-perception shapes relational outcomes. If you operate from scarcity or self-doubt, you may unconsciously tolerate mistreatment or settle for less than you deserve. If you operate from an unshakable sense of your own value, your choices shift, your standards rise, your boundaries solidify, and your energy radiates confidence. And the universe always mirrors this internal state. Now, let's examine patterns from past relationships. Often we attract partners who reflect unresolved themes from our past: abandonment, fear of intimacy, validation seeking, or control dynamics. Awareness of these patterns is crucial. By identifying recurring themes, you can actively choose to break cycles rather than repeat them. The right partner is not someone who mirrors your past pain. They are someone who resonates with your growth and evolution. Another essential practice is mindful presence. Many people live either in memory or anticipation. They are either haunted by past heartbreaks or anxious about future possibilities. This prevents them from fully experiencing the energy of the present moment. Mindfulness is a practice of aligning your mind, body, and heart in the here and now. The right partner is naturally drawn to someone who is present because presence signals emotional stability, attentiveness, and authenticity. Let's also discuss the power of non-attachment. The right partner does not arrive through desperation or clinging. In fact, clinging often repels them. Non-attachment is not indifference. It is a profound confidence that you are whole on your own. When you stop seeking external validation and instead find completeness within yourself, you send a magnetic signal. I am free and I am ready for a love that matches my freedom. Another critical component is clarity of communication. Many relationships falter not because of incompatibility, but because of misaligned expectations and unspoken assumptions. Learning to express your needs, desires, and boundaries clearly is essential. Communication is not just about words, it is about emotional honesty, consistency, and integrity. The right partner will honor your voice, and your clarity will naturally filter out those who cannot. Finally, let us reflect on the importance of intuitive guidance. Often, the mind tries to rationalize everything about love, but intuition speaks the language of energy and alignment. Listen to your gut feelings, subtle signals, and emotional resonance. If something feels wrong, it probably is. If something feels expansive, joyful, and effortless, it probably aligns with your soul. The right partner is someone whose presence feels like home, not pressure, not obligation, but a deep sense of peace and belonging. Let's take a moment to talk about the power of intentional energy. Everything you think, feel, and do emits a vibration into the world. When you are anxious, desperate, or preoccupied with finding someone, your energy communicates neediness, fear, and urgency. Conversely, when you cultivate calm, joy, and self-respect, your energy radiates stability, confidence, and abundance. The right partner will be drawn not to your words, but to this subtle frequency. You do not have to chase them. They are magnetically drawn to the authenticity of your presence. A practical way to cultivate this energy is through daily self-check-ins. Take just 5 minutes each day to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What energy am I putting into the world? Am I reacting from fear or acting from alignment with my values? This simple habit builds emotional literacy, helping you recognize when your internal state is attracting connection or repelling it. Over time, you become conscious of the subtle signals you send and learn to align them with the love and partnership you desire. Another critical aspect is healing your inner child. Many adults carry unmet needs, insecurities, and fears from childhood into adulthood without realizing it. These unresolved wounds often dictate our romantic patterns, who we are drawn to, how we behave, and how we allow others to treat us. Healing is not about blaming or punishing. It is about acknowledging your past, nurturing yourself, and rewriting the narrative. When your inner child feels safe, loved, and seen, your relationships shift from patterns of need to partnerships of mutual respect and joy. Let's also consider the role of gratitude in attraction. Gratitude is more than a mindset. It is a state of being. When you cultivate genuine appreciation for your life, your growth, and the love that already exists around you, you create a magnetic field of abundance. This is not wishful thinking, it is neuroscience. Gratitude rewires the brain to notice positive experiences and opportunities, making you more receptive to people whose energy resonates with this positivity. It is equally important to understand the difference between infatuation and connection. Many people mistake excitement, chemistry, or temporary validation for compatibility. Chemistry can feel intoxicating, but it is not a predictor of long-term alignment. Connection, on the other hand, is built on shared values, mutual respect, and emotional attunement. The right partner will not just excite you, they will support your growth, respect your boundaries, and harmonize with your emotional rhythm. Now, let's explore the subtle role of timing. Timing in relationships is rarely about calendars or schedules. It is about internal readiness. You may meet someone incredible, but if your inner world is chaotic, unhealed, or unclear, that relationship may falter. The universe will often present the right person when your life, energy, and heart are prepared to receive them fully. Patience, therefore, is not waiting. It is cultivating readiness and alignment so that when the right person arrives, the connection is natural, effortless, and deeply fulfilling. Another practice that can dramatically shift your relational experience is mirroring and emotional resonance. In psychology, mirroring is the subtle, often unconscious process of reflecting each other's emotional states. By becoming aware of this process, you can consciously cultivate relationships that uplift rather than drain. Pay attention to how people respond to your energy. Do they amplify your joy or do they diminish it? The right partner will resonate with your authentic frequency, not distort it. Let's also talk about the importance of self-validation. Many individuals seek validation externally through attention, affection, or approval from potential partners. While external appreciation can feel pleasant, it is temporary and unreliable. Self-validation is enduring. It means recognizing your worth without needing constant reinforcement from someone else. When you validate yourself, you stop attracting people who seek to control, manipulate, or depend on your insecurities. You naturally draw individuals who respect, honor, and cherish your independence. Physical, mental, and spiritual alignment also play a role in attraction. Your body holds emotional memories, your mind holds beliefs, and your spirit carries your deepest values. When these three align, you radiate integrity, a coherence that is almost impossible to ignore. This alignment can be cultivated through practices such as meditation, journaling, movement, and conscious reflection. When your inner world is balanced, your external relationships naturally reflect that equilibrium. Finally, in this ongoing journey, learning to discern intention becomes crucial. Not everyone who enters your life is aligned with your highest good. Some people may seem attractive on the surface, but carry intentions that clash with your values or emotional needs. Developing discernment means observing actions rather than words, energy rather than appearances, and resonance rather than chemistry alone. This skill protects your freedom and ensures that when you commit, it is to someone whose life purpose and energy complement your own. So remember this, the journey to attracting the right partner begins and ends with you. Your freedom, your self-worth, your clarity, and your authenticity are not just foundations, they are magnets. The right partner will not come to fill a void or complete what is missing. They will arrive to complement the wholeness you already embody. Do not compromise your values for approval. Do not settle for what feels comfortable but does not elevate you. Do not chase love out of fear, loneliness, or desperation. True attraction, the kind that lasts, arises from presence, alignment, and inner freedom. When you cultivate these qualities relentlessly, the universe conspires to bring someone whose energy resonates with yours, whose intentions match your vision, and whose love expands rather than limits your life. And here's the ultimate truth: freedom and love are not opposites, they are inseparable. The moment you claim your freedom, honor your boundaries, and radiate self-love, you not only attract the right partner, you become the right partner for the love you deserve. So step into your power, own your journey, live fully, unapologetically, and freely. The right partner will meet you there, whole, radiant, and unstoppable.